Hello, dear Libra. Today, the air carries a whisper that only your soul recognizes, promising delicate revelations and opportunities for growth that can touch the heart deeply. Before we begin this journey through your day, I invite you to subscribe to the channel now, turn on notifications, like and share this content with those who also need a word of hope, and to further activate the cosmic energy that connects us, write here in the comments a word that represents your state of mind at this moment, along with the city where you are watching me from. This simple gesture helps to reinforce the bridge that exists between your essence and the vibration of the universe, allowing each piece of advice here to flow with more intensity. As you breathe in and out slowly, you may feel a slight chill running down your arms or a gentle breeze passing over your face, as if the environment is telling secrets that only you are capable of hearing. Amid the usual noise of everyday life, there is a more subtle, almost imperceptible type of melody that can reveal itself when you least expect it. It could be the repetitive sound of a drip, the whistle of the wind forcing a crack in the window, or even the ticking of a clock that insists on ticking more loudly than usual. These signs serve as a reminder for you, Libra, to awaken your inner gaze and realize that there is much more than what you see on the surface. By paying attention to every touch, every sweet odor, every texture that brushes your skin, you gain valuable clues on how to lead your day with more balance and clarity. The energy surrounding today's date emanates a sense of harmony that, at the same time, challenges and welcomes. You, who naturally seek the right measure between situations, will find space to develop your ability to consider without hesitation. There is a poetic vibration in the air, as if the clouds draw stories in the sky, or if the sun, behind those clouds, projects a special, slightly golden light on your decisions. It is in this scenario that the possibility of rediscovering oneself through gentle but significant challenges emerges. Think of yourself as the conductor who, with delicate hands, adjusts the tone of each instrument to create a harmonic symphony. Today, the melody of the universe asks you to use your sensitivity to hear the right notes at the exact moment. While love heats up and work requires calm, maintaining balance and strategy becomes crucial. There are situations that call for rational and objective analyses, and others that ask for surrender to the affection and sense of justice that so characterize your sign. You may feel, for example, a sudden desire to reorganize tasks or review agreements, at the same time as the need to nurture emotional bonds that were half dormant arises. This dance between commitment and tenderness actually reveals today's great challenge: finding time for yourself without leaving aside the people and projects you love. Keep in mind that not everything needs to be decided right away. At certain times, all it takes is a thoughtful look and a welcoming word for harmony to reign all around again. In the field of love, if you are already in a relationship, you may realize that small gestures can say more than long conversations. A longer hug, a loving message left at random, or just the act of listening with true intention become solid bridges to strengthen the bond. If you are already looking for a special date, pay attention to seemingly banal details: a different smile on someone who crosses your path, a perfume that seems to call you irresistibly, or even an unexpected invitation that appears in the middle of the afternoon. On a day like this, affective exchanges can flourish in a subtle but striking way, as long as you keep your eyes open to the nuances and allow yourself to experience new connections. As for work and creativity, the suggestion is to find the right balance between ideal and execution. Libra, you have a keen aesthetic sense and often see beauty and potential where others see only the ordinary. Use this gift to refine your projects and polish ideas that may seem simple, but that open great doors. If you notice a slight shiver when holding an object of work, such as a pen, a brush, or even the computer keyboard, Interpret it as a sign of inspiration. This chill may mean that there is something special about to emerge from your mind, ready to be transformed into concrete action. Still, remember not to overcharge yourself. Even if something doesn't go as planned on the first try, life is generous to those who try again sincerely. Finance calls for a certain degree of caution, but without neglecting opportunities. Perhaps you are faced with the possibility of purchasing something that makes your daily life easier, or investing in an idea that seems bold. If you are in doubt, feel your body. Often your heart races or a slight tension arises in your shoulders when the situation requires you to reflect more deeply. On the other hand, if a pleasant relief appears in your chest, it may be a sign that it's worth taking a risk as long as everything is within your limits. The great idea is to combine Libra's typical caution with the faith of someone who knows that prosperity also comes from courageous but well-founded choices. In the sphere of health and well-being, it is worth paying attention to small discomforts that sometimes appear as headaches or unusual tiredness. These symptoms usually indicate that something needs to be adjusted in the daily rhythm. Perhaps there is exaggeration in something you do repeatedly, or a lack of pause to breathe between one activity and another. Remember that it's not selfish to set aside a few minutes a day to stretch, drink some tea, or just breathe calmly. On the contrary, this act of self-care guarantees more energy so that you can fulfill all your commitments willingly without letting exhaustion take over. Luck and intuition go hand in hand today, inviting you to observe signs that, at first glance, seem like coincidences. You may hear someone repeating the same word in different contexts, or see numbers repeating themselves on signs, clocks, and passwords. Each message that is repeated carries a certain mystery, as if the universe wanted to draw your attention to something you have been ignoring. When this happens, try to silence your mind for a moment and ask yourself what you really need to see. If you notice an unexpected floral scent in the air or a sound that reminds you of a happy time, it could be your intuition pointing you toward a lighter, more joyful choice. Trust these gentle suggestions that arrive without fanfare, as they are pearls of wisdom that can illuminate your path. In personal and professional relationships, you may feel the need to act diplomatically, but without ignoring what you really think and feel. Maintaining a balanced posture is not the same as always giving in. Sometimes it's just a way to avoid unnecessary conflict. However, if something really bothers you, have the courage to express your point of view, as this helps to build a more transparent space. In relation to independence and partnerships, the key is knowing how to balance your autonomy with the desire to cooperate. If a project arises that requires exchange and collaboration, observe whether the dynamics flow naturally. When there is synergy of purpose, a simple look or a gesture of approval is enough to show that you are on the right path. Planning and setting goals gains a touch of inspiration on this day. It's as if there was a soft musical background, reminding you that each goal must be nourished with meaning. Don't be satisfied with goals that say nothing to your essence. If, when reviewing your plans, you feel that something has become a burden, ask yourself if it's time to make room for other projects that are more aligned with your values. A blank sheet of paper can be both an abyss and a canvas ready to receive the colors of your imagination. It's up to you to decide how to fill this space, and the same goes for spirituality and inner growth, which flourish when you allow yourself to listen to that silent voice that speaks in imagination, in emotion, and in the little goosebumps that appear out of nowhere. However, challenges can also appear. Perhaps a commitment arises at the last minute. An obstacle appears in the middle of a task, or a mistake in a relationship requires a firm stance. If your heart sinks or your stomach turns, understand that these physical signs indicate that something needs to be resolved urgently. React with serenity. Libra, take a deep breath. Maintain the clarity of someone who knows how to balance. Pros and cons. And remember that each problem involves learning. By facing each obstacle without giving in to despair, you take one more step towards emotional and spiritual maturity. In the midst of these transitions, it is essential to reevaluate priorities. What area of your life is screaming loudest for attention right now? Sometimes, what consumes our time may not be what really deserves attention. A forgotten friend, a shelved talent, or even your own health that is being postponed. All of this deserves to be rethought. Be especially alert if a common object starts to catch your attention again and again. A paper clip that gets caught on something important, a cup that keeps breaking, a small ornament that falls out of nowhere. These commonplace occurrences, when repeated, can act as a mystical alert, signaling that something in your life needs repositioning or repair. Now, I leave a reflective question for you to take throughout the day. What small choice that you haven't made yet could transform the course of the next few hours or even the next few months? Observe your routine. Notice the habits that are repeated without question, and consider whether there is room for a subtle change that makes a big impact. Often, it is in the details that the seeds of a great personal revolution lie. And if you know someone who needs courage to take a decisive step, share this video with them. In this way, you multiply the energy of transformation that circulates around us on this day. In conclusion, dear Libra, think of yourself as a scale capable of measuring the weight of events around you, but without losing the ability to dream. When you find the point of harmony between what you feel and what you see, you open the way for life to manifest itself authentically. You have the radiance of someone who believes in the strength of emotional bonds, in the beauty that exists in every event, and in the serenity of a mind at peace. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel now and click the bell so that the stars never lose their way to you. Leave your like as a gesture of recognition for this moment of exchange and share it with those looking for a sincere reflection. I greatly appreciate your presence here and hope your day is brightened by gentle yet profound insights. May your inner strength be revealed in each decision, and may you move forward with the certainty that life always holds good surprises for those who keep their hearts open. See you tomorrow.